So let's start. Here they are saying that the top is most important aspect, which of course is not true, but here we go.
Acá el tema está acá. El tema es la tapa. Tema sí lo sé porque es lo que todos los luthiers se encuentran, nos colgamos sobre la tapa, ¿no? Siempre tapa, siempre estamos. Uy, se me ocurrió correr un abaniquito de la espineta para el otro lado, le di otro tamaño. El personaje principal de la obra de teatro de la guitarra y la receptora de toda la energía de la cuerda.
Definitiva. Sí, supuestamente si la guitarra pertenece a un todo, lo más importante de ese todo es la tapa. Lo que más nos hace pensar es la tapa.
Sí, es la fantasía que tenemos con la tapa. A veces da la sensación que no es tan así. Yo la tuve muchísimas veces y a ciencia cierta no sé si es así. No sé si la tapa es lo más importante.
So here, this guy, the main luthier, Ricardo Luzao, he says that a very good intuition that maybe it's not, and in fact he's right. So let's quote now Maestro Irving Samoyi about the fact of the importance of the back, and which this evidence destroys all of the nonsense ideas of Torres about overestimating the importance of the top. Let's watch this.
Is a series of rubber bands and an iron weight on the bottom. The principles of physics that this can illustrate are that if this hand were to be the top and this rubber band the air mass and this mass the back, and usually the back is a heavier, denser, more massive wood than the face. So this example would be true to that. Now, the intelligent guitar maker will try to figure out how the top and the back will function in tandem, because it's the relationship of one to the other that will determine how successful an air pump you've made. We learned this experiment in high school physics, where if you have an arrangement like this, you could just, really drive the guitar top with a lot of energy, and it'll make very little difference to what the back is doing. It's mostly inert. But at the right frequency relationship, a rather small amount of drive from this end translates into considerable increase of efficiency in driving this member. This is what the guitar top and the guitar back do with each other. So it's incumbent on the maker to try to figure out what the resonance relationship of those plates ought to be to one another. Because if you miss it, then you'll get something that really wastes a lot of the energy. It's tricky. It takes years sometimes to zero in on that. But everybody who's serious about this will wind up going in this direction. Now, people like me, fortunately, find this actually interesting. It would be deadly boring to a lot of people. I want to illustrate one more thing.
So here, this thing here is incredible, because that is wrong. That's why in AG there is a big deal with the double top guitars now they're making. Here you can see the two woods, two different layers of back, because the importance of the back, it has also to do with the materials which are used, and this you can see also here in this point that this guitar has different woods on the back, the double thing there, right? And therefore this is regarded also the fact that combinations of wood in AG have been researched. This beautiful guitar of Australian eucalyptus and purple hardwood is one of these achievements, which is marvelous. I had the chance to play this guitar. It belongs to a collector in Australia. This is a great guitar too, and some of these I had the privilege to see. This is another eucalyptus with cocobolo. Use different combinations, maple and rosewood, Brazilian rosewood and eucalyptus back. Then also, I think this is Brazilian rosewood or eucalyptus with no, this is sides of maple and a cocobolus wood, or actually I think this is caucus wood, dark back. So these things here in AG are everydays of their fantastic work, which, by the way, nobody in Spain does these things except AG. So this is the magnificent work these people do. So here we have the importance of the back into facts, not just by talking, and in fact the back is as important at the top, and of course the wood will have a meaning here, right? Okay, then let's continue.
¿Pensás en la caja, altura de caja, en lo que mueve dentro de la caja? ¿Pensás en cómo la trabajas? ¿Pensás
es la respuesta que cae de madura?
¿Qué cuerda vas a usar?
Sí, sí. Porque es el alimento de la cuerda va directamente a la tapa y son las cuerdas vocales de la guitarra, ¿viste? Entonces, bueno, ¿qué es más importante como en un cantante que la cuerda vocal? Es la tapa. Pero la verdad puedes tener la mejor tapa, el mejor diseño y después meter la gama en otras partes de la construcción y la tapa quedó anulada absolutamente, ¿no?
Here he's saying something which is true, Ricardo. He's saying something which is true, that is that people sometimes regards this guitar is made of this and this wood, yeah. But he's saying you maybe have the best top there, but if you do mistakes in other points of the process of making it, and then you spoil the whole thing, you ruin it. So it means nothing that the top is this or so-called solid tops or this. Of course, every top has to be solid if it is first class, but it takes consideration also the age of the thing, and also the fact that being an organic material is not possible to repeat two guitars. There are not two guitars same, just like there are no two people same. There are similar ones, or maybe yeah, twins or whatever, but not exactly same. And even twins have different persons. So same, but he's saying something true, that you may ruin the wood or use nice wood and commit mistakes. Some of the main mistakes that can be committed are here. So here, most important thing, a guitar which has problems in the measurements or is defective, drilling defective measurement, if not even between one string and another, it's a third class guitar, no matter what's the brand or who says, if the majority says it's right. That doesn't mean one thing, because you pick a ruler and mathematics are true all the time. So here this is the 6th string, look at the gap here from the 6th to the 5th string, big space, and here from the 5th to the 4th less, then here from the 4th to the 3rd more, and here less, then here more. So this bridge is wrong. Now another one, let's check, this one has also problems, a lot of space from the 3rd to the 2nd, and from the 2nd to the 1st less, then here more space from the 5th to the 4th, and from the 5th to the 6th less space. One more bridge, this one has a big gap here, my God, from the 1st to the 2nd string, big space, and from the 2nd to the 3rd much less, and now here more, then less, like. And people sometimes justify or think, well, this doesn't affect your playing. Good luck with that. Good luck with your playability, and good luck with your technique, and with which tone you will get, having such lousy measurements. You may have maybe the best stop there. And by the way, this in Spanish guitars happens 120% of the time. Crazy, this thing. Then one more. This here, from the 5th to the 6th is a big gap, and look here, shorter, then a lot bigger, this is a bigger space, then from the 2nd to the 3rd, look at this, and then from the 2nd to the 1st, so outrageous thing. And people, sometimes blind people who is blind, innocent sometimes, but some are just blind and want to remain blind. That's why I call this, don't tell me the emperor is naked. Otherwise I would be offended. because here is the fact. This is proof. That's what I said about proving things. This is proof. Because here, this is wrong, obviously. And if you pick a ruler, my God, because just by blind eye you can see here.
With plain eyes you can see.
Now, next, here we have another bridge which has problems also. From the third to the second, a lot of space.
Forget about the great brands.
And here from the first to the second, look, third to second big, and here second to first, small.
That's the
and
accuracy.
Here, less in between. And then these other two also.
It's laughable.
The base set.
It's totally
We have
laughable.
another more. Even here, look, the gap
Only
from
a
the
fool
first
will
to the
buy this
second. And from the second to the third, shorter. Then from here, even shorter. Then bigger, then shorter. More bridge, defective bridge. This is a miscalculation, and of course they keep doing it because people buy names, and that's why that's their business. My business is to give knowledge only. I'm not into business. I'm into giving knowledge, and this is knowledge, and I'm proving it with these pictures here. So this, of course, Paco taught me this 20 years ago, and I'm telling you the tip. When you choose a guitar, this is the first thing you have to see. From the first to the second, less distance than from the second to the third. And here also, difference. This is less than this distance. Now look at this, 6th to 5th and 5th to 4th. That's also a problem. Now, another more. Here we have distance from the first to the second string bigger than that from the second to the third. And here it's shorter, then here even shorter from the 4th to the 5th. And from the 5th to the 6th more. So this is the bigger space. Actually it's this and also this one here. And these people call themselves luthiers and great stalwarts of the Spanish guitar building. Give me a break. Now another more. Here we have also big problems because check this from first to second string. And then from second to third, look what happens. So this here, check this 6th to 5th. And now 5th to 4th in this. So this is another problem here. Right? Other bridge. Here we have also problems. Check it out. From the 4th to the 3rd, the space. And now check from the 4th to the 5th. How uneven is it? This will affect all your technique. When you're playing, you have to have even space all the time. Paco was so sensitive to this. He made re-drill 20 times his guitars even for the gig to get the right thing, because 9 out of 10 guitars out in the market have this problem. So people is unaware, you should know this. This is the advantage of knowing. Now check it out, this thing. From the 6th to the 5th. And now look at this. 5th to 4th. Then here it appears to be same like from 6th to 5th. And then now shorter gap from 3rd to 2nd. So this bridge. And the last one. Also called stalwart. Great luthiers don't know how to drill 6-hole even straight with the ruler. So I preserve my right to deny their greatness and go with what I can mathematically make sense of it. Because this is here, look, from 2nd to 3rd, look at the gap here. Now check this 1st to 2nd. How it will play well on this guitar. It doesn't matter if Vicente Amigo plays or anyone plays this. I don't care. I want to feel even distance, 6 walls. Simple thing. I'm not asking the moon here. I'm just asking 6 walls, right? In the proper drilling thing. So this is the first thing you have to see. And
it's worth to notice that in AG, from the less expensive guitars up to the more expensive ones, they all have a perfectly accurate bridge. Check this one. Now let's see on a 3,000 euro guitar, also same accuracy. Then in a 4,200 euro guitar, Marcelo Barbero 1945, same perfect drilling. And this bridge is very innovative also because it has both wings different and a carbon fiber saddle, which is the only guitar, nylon string guitar in the world which has a different carbon fiber, different saddle other than the same of what they don't know is the same because they are so much into it, of the dead bone, which is a dead sound, and a bad transmitter of sound. That I explain in other videos, which I will post in the description as well. So here we have a 6,000 euro guitar. It's this model here, and the same quality. There is no difference. This from the first to the every guitar in AG has a perfect drilling. Then we have Santos Hernandez 1930, 8,700, same quality also. There is no difference. 10,900, Solo Barbero, 1948, same accuracy. And of course in the 12,000 euro ones, same accuracy. As we see for instance in Santos Hernandez, for some of the newest guitars, every of these guitars is perfectly calculated and perfectly accurate. Check this bridge. So it's not a matter of how much it is, nor this nonsense of the quality ratio, relation of quality and price is a total nonsense and a lie. When a guitar does not have quality, the only thing left to talk about is price. When quality is there, then price doesn't matter. This is the less expensive guitars in AG. So how come are perfect, and how come these other fellows are shameless and cannot even drill 6 things? And now they think they are the great scholars of guitar, right? They also don't play, by the way. So hello, here I'm missing something or what. So let's continue. That was about the mistakes that may be committed, and that's why the top is irrelevant. The bridge is very relevant though. These series, remember, are about the bridge, but we will talk about all this thing.
Entonces hay que ver desde dónde se lo pide.
Quizá como dentro del circuito de fuerzas que integra una guitarra, como primer punto móvil, después del impacto de ese microsismo que le genera la cuerda, pasando por el hueso a través del puente, llegando a la tapa, en tanto punto móvil y punto que va a excitar aire, si ese punto móvil tiene la capacidad de dar y de robar, va a ser el primero que lo haga, o da o roba. Y la manera en la que lo haga determina por ahí el proceso general.
Me encantó lo del microsismo, ¿no? Había...
They are talking about actually earthquakes, and that because what happens is that the string, when it is played, it produces kind of a seismic thing here. Seismic event meaning that yeah, it produced a similar effect to the earthquake, and then they have measured these things also with machines and stuff. On guitars.
Muñoz, ¿no? El Ricardo Muñoz, que escribió varios libros, que fue uno de los pioneros acá de investigar cómo funcionaban las tapas y qué velocidad había. Lo primero que adaptó fue, fue adaptar un sismógrafo para...
The speed of vibration measured with the things that they measure at earthquakes, no? The speed of vibration of the top when the string is plugged.
Para medir vibraciones de tapa, ¿no? Me hizo acordar cuando el microsismo, evidentemente está en consonancia con el amigo Muñoz. ¿Será el río de la Plata que afecta a eso? No sé, pero... ¿Será que no tenemos sismos y por eso hablamos alegremente de los sismos?
Hablando del sismo, sí, yo vengo de uno bastante fuerte.
¿Te agarró?
Mira. Sí, mira. ¿Qué tapa?
Pero bueno, es verdad que cuando hablamos de sismos, viste que se habla mucho de placa tectónica, ¿no? En los sismógrafos, la gente
Tectonic plates.
Y cuando hablamos de placa está bueno definir que la tapa de una guitarra, porque ahora hagamos una tapa.
The top of a guitar is a plate, obviously.
Así cualquiera, ¿no? Que puede tener cualquier patrón y se me está cayendo. Esto es el interior de una tapa, lo que generalmente el guitarrista no mira, porque el guitarrista la mira de este lado, ¿no? Entonces, esto es una placa, básicamente, por definición. Y una placa podemos decir que es cualquier material donde tiene muchísima importancia la superficie, el tamaño, el área, en relación al espesor. O sea, cualquier material que tenga gran superficie y que sea finito, por ejemplo esta pizarra que vamos a usar acá, que es finita y tiene bastante superficie, es una placa.
definition
no sirve para nada a la hora de hacer vibrar alguna cuerda, pero no deja de ser una placa. Se podría hacer tranquilamente una tapa con esa placa.
Cuya superficie y relación con respecto al formato nos preocupa mucho en términos de su masa, de su densidad, de su rigidez, de su peso.
Exacto, exacto. La relación ahí de la placa está vinculada fundamentalmente a lo que vos decís,
Lo que
al
más
peso.
me preocupa es que no colapse la tapa.
Uno de los
Yo cuando le ponen las cuerdas,
Claro.
porque no es que como en un tambor uno golpee la placa, que en el tambor cuando una placa es ajustable vale la pena decir que es una membrana.
Claro.
Entonces los tambores generalmente son membranas, los platillos son placas. Entonces
not tampons, but drums. The drums have a membrane that is there. It's just like the skin of the part of the drum that is a percussive thing. When this is played with a stick, then it kind of stops there, and the vibration, it produces some effect there that the vibration is transmitted to the rest of the plaque, the surface of the plaque.
Eso se excita con una baqueta, con la mano, con lo que sea. En la guitarra, más allá de esos golpes que dan algunos guitarristas en las piezas raras, se toca la cuerda, que la cuerda está relacionada a la tapa a través de una pieza que es el puente, ¿no? Como vos describiste.
Claro.
Y bueno, ahí es un bloque, ahí tenemos lo que va a ser un puente el día de mañana en bruto, un pedazo de jacaratá, ¿no? Este sería un puentón, pero bueno, a través de esto se le pasa la energía a la
Now this is the main point. So the top has its importance. It vibrates and transmits the sound, but the bridge is that what makes that happen actually. So then we will discuss as if with the idea of saying also as if that should also be considered as a fan inside the guitar, or actually an external fan.
Y lo ves por una guitarra, pues, cuando no tenés la cuerda, tenés el puente, tenés el hueso.
Una cosa que es notable es que pasa de largo, porque la guitarra es tan conocida, estamos tan acostumbrados a ver guitarras hechas como lo están, que pensar en lo que están haciendo las cuerdas de manera constante sobre esa placa es raro. Están haciendo mucho más de lo que uno puede ver. Parece no estar queriendo moverse, parece estar no pasando nada. Uno baquetea una placa y la interrumpió en su momento de estabilidad y después va a su estabilidad de nuevo rápido.
Sí.
So in the drum, when you hit that with the stick, it interrupts the stability of the drum, of the thing, and then of course it transmits that vibration and then it comes back to its own stability. You're saying.
Claro.
Las cuerdas tiran todo el tiempo hay una deformación.
Una cosa importante que
So now here they will talk about one very important thing, which is that the deformity of the guitars. And you see that I talk about this in the video, which I will also quote the description, talking about the equilibrium and what it is, the action of the guitar actually, what it is. This action thing is not just the distance from it's not just the distance of from the 12th fret here, from the string to the 12th fret, but also the consistency between the line that the string draws, the fretboard draws, and the setting of the top draws. So, but here, this is deformity. There are two kinds. One that is permanent, and the other that is, let's say, elastic, which means it comes back and forth, but because of the proper making of it, of this, then it does not become a deformity like this. Now, you can bet 120% of the guitars here in Spain, again, same thing, except for AG, have this problem, which also causes problems in tuning. Because the distance, if this bridge came like this, now this create this sinking, the top is sinking down, right? And then what happens, if this is a permanent deformity, of course the bridge is coming this way, and then it's making
shorter the distance between this point where the strings break to the saddle place and to all the frets, of course it will be out of tune. And now if you get used to that and you think that is okay, then good luck, that is your problem. But here there are some physics facts which are true, and this is the proof that this is a problem here.
Que es válido tanto para la placa como para la cuerda. Me hiciste pensar con lo de la interrumpió. Cuando vos golpeás, por ejemplo, un platillo o un timbal con la baqueta, en ese punto que golpea genera una inacción de la placa. Justamente la vibración ahí se dispara y genera zonas ventrales para todos lados, pero el punto del golpe es una zona nodal o un punto nodal. Eso, ¿no? Entonces, el puente de alguna manera de la guitarra no deja de ser una zona nodal.
So we're saying that the exact point where the percussive thing happens in a drum, when you hit it with the stick, this is a nodal point, and then therefore the bridge is also a nodal point in this perspective. That is true. That is also very true.
¿Sí? Si bien pasa toda la energía por ahí, esa parte es la parte más rígida que generalmente tiene la tapa de la guitarra, y todas las demás son zonas ventrales de
generally, and that is also only applicable in traditional guitars, that part of the bridge is the most rigid part of all the top, as a surface, as a plaque, as a face. Plaque, I don't know how to pronounce it, plaque or plaque, but it's a plaque, I think.
Lo que más compromete a la estabilidad de la tapa, ¿no es cierto?
Claro, la manera en la que es el punto en el que es ejecutado.
Claro, ahora cuando hablemos de las espinetas vamos a ver por qué, ¿no?
Y además para contar a la gente lo de vientres y nodos, porque por ahí no todo el que vea el video está familiarizado con eso. Ernst Chladni es un muchacho que estamos hablando de 1780, por ahí, más o menos.
Now they will talk about Ernst Chladni, which is a physician, a German physician, born in 1756 and he died in 1827, and he researched about the speed of sound and many things with acoustics which are relevant to the making of guitars.
Creo que antes, sí, creo que un poquito.
Hizo una investigación sobre el modo vibratorio de un montón de placas y también sobre velocidad de sonido, investigó un montón de cosas.
Figuras del ACME, eso.
Exacto, o modos vibratorios del ACME. Y bueno, justamente lo que describe es que una placa vibra cuando es excitada y tiene momentos de quietud, momentos que son estáticos de la tapa y otros momentos en donde esas vibraciones logran realmente mover la placa. Él descubrió cuáles son los momentos nodales, los de quietud y los ventrales de mucha excitación, haciendo experimentaciones que se pueden buscar tranquilamente.
Sí, otro típico ejemplo que después lo podríamos llegar también a filmar en algún momento es espaciar un material muy livianito en la tapa, en particular el aluminio, la fijas, viste, lo polvoreas un poco, entonces cuando pones en acción una tapa, excitando de alguna manera, lo ideal sería que tenga la cuerda en tensión y excitarla de alguna otra manera, rompiendo algo. Hace no mucho estuvimos haciendo unas experiencias con Juan García, es un chico de guitarrista que es técnico de sonido, y él estaba presentando una tesis para la UTN, y entonces ellos rompen una mina de lápiz, es algo muy...
Give me 1 second, here we have to go to the minute 9:07.
Lo que se me ocurre es, cuando hablamos de placas, estamos hablando de una materia que tenga una superficie relativamente grande en relación al espesor, ¿no? Entonces, la guitarra usualmente tiene forma de 8, ¿no? ¿Y cómo se calcula la superficie?
¿Por qué no nos dibuja?
Estaría bueno explicarlo.
Eso.
Hace varios años el maestro José Romanillo escribió un libro sobre Antonio Torres, que es como el Stradivari de la guitarra, el papá de la guitarra moderna, ¿no? Estamos hablando de...
They are saying that Torres is Stradivarius, but actually the actual Stradivarius is Francisco Simplicio. Here you can see, I will post a description. This is in the Boston, Massachusetts, in the museum in Boston. They had this 1929 guitar, which was the original model that Simplicio invented, and which is a great idea. Here there is another in the Harrison Foundation. I will also post in the description these links so that you can see it. This is the actual Stradivarius, because Stradivarius, but these guys they just speak, forgive me, like a parrot here. these guys, because they are saying that Torres is a Stradivarius of the guitar. I am very sorry, but this is just a politic thing. It's so much politicized, this comment. You don't know, because Torres did not innovate the way that the Stradivarius innovated. It was Simplicio who innovated that way. And innovated creating this kind of he challenged the whole idea of the central sound wall and did that. For instance, the teacher of Stradivari himself was Amati, as you may know, and Amati did create changes in the structure of the violin, which also Stradivari in his time after that, he also modified things about the length of the bow and about different things. To that I will quote a maestro that actually tries and proves there with 6 violin Stradivarius in his hand, talking about this thing here, that we will also comment about later on. But the thing is that it was Simplicio, the Stradivarius of the guitar, and not Torres. But anyway, this is the part that we disagree, because this thing here is so much superior. Besides the fact that AG implemented this as well with the lateral sound port, which also expands the sound and gives a tridimensional feel to the whole thing, then this other idea, which is fantastic. I will post in the description the first links of all the pieces I recorded with this kind of guitars, and you can appreciate there what this other dimension of sound in guitar is. So to us, Francisco Simplicio Stradivarius, because he did innovate and change things. Torres, he just did very small contributions, and most of his ideas, like the top is the only important thing, he make a guitar with rock paper instead of wood on the top to prove that the most important thing is the top, and to disregard the others. We just see how Maestro Samogi proved the importance of the back. So obviously he was utterly wrong in many things, and everyone who is following him is following a mistake. I'm sorry, we are against these theories because it has not been proved fact. Also, which we will also comment later, about the stiffness of the top as a plaque of certain density, certain stiffness, certain mass. The thicknesses are different, and all these factors will be also discussed, because the top vibrates also. This is another innovation, this in AG, about the liberation of the top, which means that these bars here have also some orifices here. You see, these are all giving different sound to the instruments, either by the placement of these and also by the physical form which they have, that makes travel the sound differently. So these equations are all either based on the Simplicio designs, which gives all different colors and different type of sound you get with this. You see how different is the placement. This has 2 bars passing through this, for instance. This has only 1 bar passing through here. So many details are there which AG implemented. This is what is called innovation, right? This is a Stradivarius also as well, in fact, because it's continuing the job of Simplicio and bringing it further up to even to higher dimensions of innovative ideas, which make it become sound. Don't forget about the problem of not being able to drill. These guys are stuck still in Spain of how to drill 6 holes straight, and except for AG, which is also here in Spain, but these people is the great people of Spain, not just anyone. I am talking about just the same luthiers, either big names or not. And I challenge them all. They don't know one thing of mathematics, of luthiership, or of sound, and they don't play one note like what we need to play. So they cannot say, and they cannot tell me what is playability and what is good sound, because these things change the sound of the top. Here the top is really, really different. So look at this, for instance. Look at this. That is
what the bars do inside, and this you can see here how the geometrical form of this thing here. This is different, for instance, than this, and this has other two holes in specific placements, which alter, of course, this alters all of the acoustic situation here. Look at this. So this is, and now here this is in center sound hole guitars, which also have the liberated top. Look at this, for instance. Why this is smaller and this bigger? Well, this is the mystery about it, because the fans, or these pieces of wood that you see there in this way, those are the signature of the guitar actually, and most important thing is the order on which those are glued, because that affects the stiffness and the elasticity of the, of course depending on the density of the material, but how these are glued. This is a password of 9 digits, or 8 in case of Simplicio, 8 digits in case of the Santos Hernandez guitars. There are 7, and then Marcelo Barbero made 5 of those, and also one under bridge. If you see here, this has an under bridge as well here. So yeah, so this is such an interesting thing, because under bridge is also part of a fan, and then there is this other idea about the bridge being as well like an external fan, right? But inside this thing here, this is extremely relevant to this liberated top. Such an innovation, this thing. This is really innovative, beyond doubt. So let's continue.
Personal del siglo XIX. Y Romanillos hizo un libro, muy buen libro, dedicado a la biografía de él y al análisis de las guitarras y de la construcción de Torres. Y ahí le pidió la ayuda a un matemático amigo que se llama John Mack, y le desarrolló una fórmula para calcular superficie, porque quería comparar las distintas etapas de Torres, a ver qué tamaño tenía cada etapa, ¿no? Entonces, una cosa que puede ser útil para que a nosotros nos va a ser útil para un montón de cosas cuando hacemos un instrumento, es, yo soy muy malo, ustedes ya lo saben, dibujando, ya han padecido algún dibujo mío alguna vez. Se supone que eso es el 8 de una guitarra. La guitarra usualmente le vamos a dibujar el agujerito, ¿no? La boca.
So this is about the measurements of the guitar mathematically. But now, of course, they are taking for granted that this is the only way to make it, namely with the center sound hole. That's why Simplicio is the real estate device, not this Torres guy.
Que siempre está adornada por la roseta y todo eso. Pero acá lo que es importante es tomar en cuenta esto. En las plantillas, esto se le dice plantilla, que es la forma de frente de la guitarra, tienen siempre un par de medidas que no cambian. Eso es el largo de la plantilla, en el sentido de la cuerda, como decía acá, iría mágil, ¿no? Pero lo que vamos a tomar es el largo de la tapa, que justamente tiene el mismo largo que el fondo, ¿no? Siempre la guitarra es simétrica en ese sentido, en los laterales, entonces la caja y la tapa tienen el mismo tamaño, vamos a decir.
Y de alguna manera vamos a hablar ahora de la tapa diferenciándolo en funcionalidad con respecto al fondo, así que quedémonos en esa silueta.
Nos quedamos con la tapa.
Lo que sí por ahí habría que aclarar que no toda la guitarra tiene la misma medida de largo. Hay más o menos un trangón que puede ir, no sé, entre 48 centímetros y 50
centímetros of length.
Esa medida entonces es el largo total, la vamos a llamar
total length.
Y después hay otra medida acá que es el lóbulo menor, lo ponemos así chiquitito, lóbulo menor, esto que sería la cintura, y esto que sería el lugar más amplio de la distancia del lóbulo mayor, y lo ponemos con una M grande. ¿Sí? Entonces, esto da lugar a la siguiente fórmula para saber cuál es la superficie del total de la tapa, incluida el agujero mismo, también va a estar contemplado. Entonces, si lo ponemos en fórmula, la idea sería esta. Vamos a cambiar de color así se vuelve un poquito más lindo para ver. Entonces, para ver la fórmula, el desarrollo de la fórmula es este, ¿no? Sumamos el lóbulo mayor más la cintura más el lóbulo menor, todo lo que va a dar la suma esta, la multiplicamos por el largo total de la caja,
Sí.
y a su vez esto lo dividimos todo por 3. Una vez que tenemos ese resultado, multiplicamos todo por un factor que nos dio el amigo John Mack de 0,96. Esto va a tener un resultado, ¿no? Y el resultado ese se va a expresar en centímetros cuadrados. Esa va a ser la superficie, porque estas medidas las vamos a cargar en centímetros. Entonces, cuando hablamos del largo total, como bien dijo Raúl, vamos a decir que tiene 49 centímetros de largo de caja, lo expresamos en centímetros. Se puede agarrar una guitarra, la podemos medir.
El lóbulo mayor, Ricardito, tenemos 36,5.
Entonces, el lóbulo mayor, 36,5.
Sí. Tenés la cintura, 23,5.
23,5.
Y el lóbulo
23,5.
menor, tenés 28,5.
28,5. Ahí está, 28,5.
Sacamos el largo de...
Toda esa suma,
28,5 el largo, sí, está bien.
¿el largo cuánto me dijiste?
Perdón, 48,5.
Entonces, por, lo vamos a poner 48,5.
Muy bien, para que quede registro, 88.5 fue la sumatoria de las longitudes
88,5.
todos los anchos de la silueta.
Bien, todo esto así,
Multiplicado
por 48,5
da 4.292,25.
4.292,25. Muy bien. Y esto lo dividimos por 3.
Dividido 3. Nos da 1.430.75.
Bien, todo esto entonces, 1.430. Y a esto lo multiplicamos por 0,96.
Lo que da 1.373.52.
Entonces, la superficie, para que vamos a borrar esta cuenta ahora, y vamos a poner la superficie total de la tapa de la guitarra de Raúl. Me dijiste, entonces, superficie total,
1.373.52 centímetros cuadrados.
decime de nuevo,
1.373.52
centímetros cuadrados. ¿Sí? Esa es la superficie de la tapa de tu guitarra. Esto tiene un error en esta fórmula que
The range of mistake is
del
1,6%,
1,6%, digamos.
6%.
Depende de la curva de la cintura, pero digamos, este es el factor de error, 1,6. Entonces tenemos
que es bastante pequeño.
Que es bastante pequeño. Otra cálculo que podemos hacer, que es muy básico, que esto ya es de escuela primaria, pero siempre útil, es el calcular el tamaño del agujero, ¿no? de la guitarra.
Sí, y contemplar también para este cálculo que acabas de hacer antes, que vas a establecer una diferencia, el ancho de aro y el ancho de las contrafajas utilizadas para anclar, para depositar esa tapa en la estructura de la caja.
Exacto, si nosotros dibujamos los aros vistos de arriba de la guitarra, siempre hay un engorde que va todo por acá alrededor, donde acá la tapa está pegada. Entonces la superficie real puede llegar a ser esta. Esto ya es criterio de cada luthier si quiere medir el total porque sabe su ancho de contrafaja, o tomar la superficie vibrante sola y hacer el cálculo pertinente.
Me ayudó porque descubrí ahí la improvisación. La improvisación es algo que yo pienso que cada músico del estilo que sea, del clásico, del flamenco, de cualquier otra música debería aprender, porque en la improvisación te da mucha libertad y a la vez te da mucho conocimiento de dónde estás tocando, de cómo estás tocando, de qué armonías están en cada momento, ¿no?
Muy bien. Pablo. Sí, Paco, ¿qué es para usted la música popular y qué es la música elitista?
Yo creo que la música elitista es el refinamiento de la música popular. Por ejemplo, el flamenco. El flamenco originalmente es una música popular, la música del pueblo de Andalucía. Pero creo que ya no le pertenece más al pueblo, porque de pronto habemos gente que nos hemos pasado toda una vida encerrados, puliendo esa expresión popular. Entonces ha llegado a un nivel en el que el pueblo ya no tiene acceso, sobre todo a los matices que vamos consiguiendo la gente como yo, que nos pasamos muchas horas elaborando esa música.